On my audio. Hey there, welcome to OnSet. Okay, I had to pause for a second because I have one of those like dot things over there. And if you say hey really loud, it activates it. Oh. And we don't want any music. Don't do it. We don't want any like unauthorized music here because if we get it, then we'll have to cut this whole chip. Anyways, welcome to OnSet. I'm Daniel Norton, here with Marissa. And today we're going to talk about backgrounds. Actually, I believe that you were in this video. Every once in a while I do this video where I put up a roll seamless and we just do a million different, well, not a million. I'm exaggerating. We do many different looks on a seamless background by changing gels and this and that. And I thought today I'd mess around with the idea of using other things. Because when you first start shooting, right, you're shooting your portraits, so you get your friends and you're just like, oh, I'll just shoot here in this environment, in this house. And then you maybe want to do something more studio-like. And if you don't have room for a roll seamless or whatever, these are some options you can do. I've got a couple of things that I've used before that I'll show you that are my go-tos, and I rated the dollar store. So we have some fun stuff to mess with. We'll see where that goes. Let me know how the sound and everything is. I'll check the chat periodically. Oh, I need to mention, so I'll mention it now. There is another Adorama YouTube channel. Did you know that?
What?
Adorama events. I will put it in the, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put it over in this thing. This one is for more long form stuff. So if you are into long form YouTube, please do jump over there and subscribe and ring the bell, I guess. Yeah, ring the bell as well. Subscribe to that channel as well. That way you have double Adorama channels. That's what we want. Subscribe to all the Adorama channels. That's right. For the low, low price of free, you can subscribe. All right, so let's get to it. Let's see what we got here. How's the sound? I got my coffee. Mississippi Gulf Coast, Montreal. Yeah, another one, exactly. Loud and clear. Okay, good. So we're doing a little bit here in New York. It was kind of apocalyptic yesterday. So hopefully if people are going through that now, they're doing all right. I can breathe a little bit better today, thankfully. It was pretty bad. I'm going to change this so I don't forget. Nope, it didn't change. Nope, that's not what I want. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. I cannot make this go away. Seth, how do I make it go away? I think I did this last time and it was really easy. Nope. X. There it is. I don't know why it's a little thing there. Okay, good. We'll cut that part. Anyways, let's talk background. So for today, we're going to basically light very simply in order to just basically show you a variety of different backgrounds. We're going to play around a little bit and talk about why we might use different ones. I would do the like softbox behind you white background, but you've all seen that one a million times. So we'll save you that. If you haven't seen that, somewhere on this channel, I've done it, Seth's done it, Gavin's done it, Mark's done it, Vanessa's done it, Lindsay's done it. I can't remember, that's Ab's done it. I think there's probably other people. Let me know who else has done it in the chat, but we've all done it. We're not doing that today. We will do a black background though, because I like to do black. All right. So number one, we're going to start off like, I'm going to use a beauty dish as my main light source. I'm using a beauty dish because it makes people beautiful. We need it with Marissa especially. Womp womp. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do kind of a classic, which is often called butterfly light. You can see me, right? Yep. Which is basically we take our light, we're going to put it more or less centered over the lens. I'm using a C-stand here with an arm. Make sure you always put the weight over the long leg. And yes, for those people that are already typing it in the comments, I will put a sandbag on there in a second. Okay. Now this is a hard light. And we talked about hard lights last week. If you're using a hard light, you do not want to drop it on the model because it will hurt. If you're going to drop the light on the model, always use a soft light. All right, we're going to drop this down, get it level. Ooh, that's wiggly. I guess I need to tighten that. There we go, good enough. All right, I'm just gonna tilt it down like this. Again, we're just doing a very basic butterfly light. This is a Profoto B10. I will try to mention all the gear as I go. If I forget, please do ask and I will tell you. Profoto B10 in a Profoto beauty dish, AKA soft light reflector. This is silver on the inside with a grid on it. If you wanna step forward, Marissa. So when you're setting up a beauty dish like this, first of all, I'm gonna get framing. What we wanna do is I'm going to use a slightly longer lens today. I'm going to go 85 because people love long lenses almost as much as they love fast lenses. You know what they really like? Long fast lenses. You pull out like a 135 f1.4 or something, people freak out. Yeah.
The bokeh and the...
That's right. Oh, so much bokeh. Boca Raton, Boca something. I used to know all the bokehs when I lived in Florida. If anybody's from Florida, let me know some more bokehs. There are a lot of bokehs in Florida. Boca Raton is the only we really know it, but there are lots of. I'm not even kidding. All right. I'm assuming bokeh must mean something, probably beautiful or something. It sounds like it should mean beautiful. Let me know what bokeh means. Not bokeh like the camera bokeh, but bokeh. All right, lots of stuff in the, we're gonna get information from you guys in the comments. I'm treating you like your chat GPT over there. Okay, so we're framing this up, again, very basic beauty shot. When you're using a beauty dish, you wanna kind of, again, make sure the center of the dish is facing more or less on their face if you have a grid on it. If you do not do that, it'll give a hot spot somewhere else. I'm gonna turn on the modeling light so we can see it. Looks like it probably is a little low, right? Yep. Looks like it's shining right on her neck, so we'll raise it up a tiny bit. Right there. That's better, right? What's wrong?
Oh, it just tilted.
It's not gonna fall, I don't think. Is that good?
I think this would be like directly.
Yeah, it's on your chest, right? There we go.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Okay. It is on her. And again, it's gonna be relatively hard light because it's far away and small. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we're just gonna get a shot. This is just the baseline here. I'm using TTL. Turn the modeling light off for a second. And we're just gonna get a baseline shot. We'll deal with backgrounds in a second. Now, that's right, all you people that are about to type in the chat, I have not done a black frame, so let's do that first. When we are using any kind of light, like this, where we wanna control our space, where we wanna make sure that we know, oh, can you hear all that sound? That's my HEPA filter. Hopefully, let me know if that's too loud. I could turn it off, but then we'll probably not be able to breathe very well, so sorry. Black frame. So what we want to do is control the space. We can see that we're being lit here, right? I have these video cameras. You guys are looking at me, and you're probably looking at Marissa, but you're looking at the set, and you can see that, you can see us, right? So we want to set our camera so none of that happens, so that it's black. The way we're going to do that is we're going to set it at the lowest normal ISO, so that's 100 in this camera, highest shutter speed and normal synchronization for flash, 200th of a second, and I'm going to set it around 5.6. That should work for us in this space. How do I know that? Because I shoot here every other week. Check it out on Adorama, subscribe, and all the goodness. So the first thing we're going to do is turn off the flash. And once we do that, we'll come over here, and boom, we will see the amazingly beautiful black frame. This we want because this tells us that everything that we do is on us. So if these pictures are terrible, it's on me. Well, Marissa, really, it's on me. Right. So, right, it's all the light now we are eventually going to bring in some other lights. We'll deal with that. Now, if you want to be extra safe, generally you want your black frame to be a couple stops underexposed is a good place. So I'm going to grab my exposure slide. I'm going to bring it up until I start seeing Marissa, some detail on her. We can see they're just barely coming in right here. A little bit over 2 stops. So we're good there. I could go a little more closed down if I want, but I think that's fine for now. Now we know that everything that we do is our flash or whatever else we're going to add here. None of it is the terrible LEDs in the ceiling, so I can't blame them. So here we go. I'm in TTL. So TTL means through the lens metering. That means that the camera and the light are in communication to get a proper exposure. This looks a tiny bit dark to me and also out of focus.
I think the light is slightly off center of the camera.
Yeah, it is.
Boop.
Yeah. So that's also true. Yep. So it's a little dark. Let's do this one more time. Also, I felt like I might. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Forget the first one happened, and here we go. Right. Nice and crispy. It's a hard light, like I said. We can see the background is basically dark gray. That's because we're in a white space, but very little light is reaching the background. It's not dark gray because of our exposure, because our exposure is here, right? So this light that's on the background is from us. Even with the beauty dish, even with the grid, we're still getting some light bouncing around. Yes, the camera is a Nikon Z6 II. Okay. Definitely do not turn off the filter. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Bokeh's mouth. Oh, that's interesting. The mouth of the rat. Oh, that's very interesting.
Exactly.
And not at all a description of what it's like down there. It's very nice in Boca Raton. Yeah, Boca Raton is in Florida. It's like there's a lot of bokehs over there. Like I say, I used to live in Miami. Well, on South Beach. Because, you know, that's where the hip people live. On South Beach. Cruising down Lincoln Avenue. I almost said Boulevard for some reason. Although I wasn't really cruising because I was walking, because you can't drive on Lincoln. Cruising down Collins Avenue. All right, so anyways, fine, right? We've got this. Let's go black first because I like to do a black background. I think this is a great product that everybody should pick up. You can get it. You should be able to get it at Adorama, although I did hear somebody say that it wasn't showing up. I will quickly find a link because maybe it wasn't spelled correctly. I probably should find these links before we start. But I will say that if you were to find the links before we start, then that would not be nearly as exciting of me as me looking for it in the middle of the live stream. Because I'm sure that me searching for things is super exciting to people. All right, here we go. Yep. Oh, no, these are the very expensive ones. Okay. You can get a small roll of it here. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'm going to put this here. See, I'm trying to say all the items as I tell you. There we go. All right. Does Marissa have an Instagram or something? Oh, she sure does. She has so many Instagrams. That's true. Only one Instagram. Wink, wink.
Do I have a secret Instagram? This is Instagram for my film.
Secret Instagram is the movie that Marissa's writing. It is. All right, this is duveteen. Do I have the camera on us? Yes. All right, this is duveteen. Once again, I'm going to put a sandbag on here because I don't want it to fall over. Ugh. So the thing about duveteen is that it's basically what they make flags and cutters and floppies out of. It's used to basically block/absorb light. So even though it is kind of, right now I'm thinking, oh man, I looked at that link and duveteen is not as cheap as going to the fabric store down the street from me and getting some fabric. That is true. But this will absorb light, thus being absolutely black without needing a lot of space. The other thing with true duveteen is that it is also flame retardant, which is nice if you use hot lights. I think a lot of us aren't really using hot lights these days, but if you are, or if you just have a mall that's hot, sizzling like Marissa. There we go. I'm just going to use, I just put it right on C-stand here. I'm just going to use a clamp to hold it. Again, we're going real basic here. This is just going to be a portrait, so I'll just raise it up in the air. And this is going to allow us to have a nice dark background. Basically, putting the black background up, we don't need a whole lot of space, and we should be able to get nice. There we go. Chin up a little bit. Good. Now, I still am in TTL, so there is a fear that, oh no. When you throw a dark background behind that, you might adjust your exposure, because again, TTL is taking that into account, but man, is it good at getting a good exposure. So there we go. Good exposure, nice, dark, black background. Not a whole lot to say about duveteen. It's real simple. It's a great option. Let's just get a finished shot so we can feel like we're, am I showing the picture? I am showing the picture, right? Yes, I am, okay, good. We get a finished shot so I can feel like I'm doing something. St. Louis, welcome. How much weight can a C-stand arm support? That is a good question. I'm going to say somewhere in the vicinity of 20 pounds. It is listed on the C-stand description, or should be anyways. It can hold a decent amount of weight, but just be careful because also it matters how far you boom it out. You want to be careful because the stand itself might tip over even if the arm can hold it. It's really the knuckle that matters, right? And just, you know. All right, so generally speaking, I need to get a remote control for this so I can go like that. It's like generally speaking, when you're using a grid like this, it's pretty difficult to get a bounce in because we usually put in the beauty dish really close. I just didn't do it this time because I wanted the background to go gray. You see where I was going here? It's a little setup here. So it's all about the setup, right? So basically, because it's so far away, we should be able to get some bounce in. This is not the official Brooklyn reflector that Seth is now selling out of the back of his car down on Flatbush Avenue. Look for an Al Camino full of pizza boxes. It's metallic. Let me know what color Seth's car is. What color car do you think Seth would have? We'll have to see. Let's see what the chat says.
Bright orange.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Got a little kickback. Again, you're not going to get a lot because of the grid, but there we go. Nice and dramatic, very L'Oreal, with the kind of half-closed eyes action going on. You're not seeing anything, are you? Because I haven't switched over yet. Pretend that I'm saying that now. Well, I look at the chat. Where's Seth? Brooklyn. There's different grades of duveteen. I threw the first one up that I saw there, but Studio Depot is the kind that I have. That's the kind I would get. Burnt orange Malibu. Okay, orange is the color I was thinking as well.
It's the hair.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's gingers, we have trouble.
Yeah, but if your hair is orange, then you should really get a green car because the green is going to be a good supplement to the orange. There we go. Filled in a bit. Classic beauty shot. Obviously, we could do any number of things here, but this is not about that, though we will see. I'm putting in my submissions for the next 3 months worth of onsets, and you will see a beauty demo coming up. So let me know what you want to see in that demo. He should be, exactly, Seth should be here to promote the pizza box, but he's not. A blue El Camino. A red one, nice. Weirdly, I think that Seth actually did have an El Camino. I'm not even making that up. He does not have it anymore, though, to my knowledge. However, he still sells his boxes out of the back of one, because how else are you going to sell those pizza boxes? So instead of using a roll of paper, we can use fabric. In this case, I use duveteen because I like how it gives you that really deep, dark black. You could do the same thing using any kind of fabric if you just want a pattern. Pitfalls to using other types of fabric, though, so you have it in mind, is you see I just pick this up in the air and I'm just letting it hang there. That's going to be, if it was like a flower pattern or something, it's going to be wrinkled, right? So you want to put some weight at the bottom of it. So either put some sandbags at the bottom and pull it tight, or put some clamps down there so it stays flat. You also want to steam it if you can, and make sure that the fabric is thick enough or that it's close enough to the wall that you won't get light come through the back, because you will lose the saturation of your background. But finding cool fabrics at stores is one of the funnest things you can do. Bed sheets, you can use any number of things. Just be wary that light can go through them. Okay. What's the name of the black fabric? Duveteen. It's called duveteen. I put it in the, oh, there you go, thank you. Pizza box delivery. Yeah, well, we're trying to get Seth to give those out with a slice each time, but he hasn't gone for it yet. Okay, so on that note, so we were just talking about C-stands. Let's switch over to something else. All right, so another thing you got to do here, you always do the easy one first. It's good life advice here. We knew the duveteen was going to work. From this point on,
anything goes.
Anything goes. So,
that should be the name of your new show.
Anything goes. I went down to the dollar store. So this is my new thing. I'm a cheap person, let's say, but also like I'm a gamer. Who say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times when people are like making stuff for their games, that is tabletop role-playing games, they go to the dollar store to buy stuff because we're all cheap, right? So, the toys and such. So I was at the dollar store and I was like, if I were a photographer, and I am.
If I were a photographer.
What could I use here? And I actually found something that I thought was really cool. I went to the, you know, again, you've got these Brooklyn reflectors here. These are high quality office store, handcrafted, artisanal. At the dollar store, not so much. Garbage foam. But I picked some up, and I also got wrapping paper. And you know, typically I like to get wrapping paper that has smiley faces and such on it, but this wrapping paper here is metallic. And there's nothing more terrible and hard to shoot than metallic. So let's go for it, right? Because that's what we gotta do. And plus, that's the perfect color for Marissa. All right, so I'm going to use something kind of cool here that I haven't used in a while, which is a Savage. Since we're not using any seamless paper, and you know, I got to give my love to Savage because Savage is awesome. I'm going to use one of their C-stands. So Savage makes these C-stands that are like super engineered. And one of the cool things about them is the arm, instead of having a standard knuckle, has a little clampety clamp, right? It's actually called that. And you can just take paper like this and pinch it in there. Look at that.
Whoa.
See how I'm doing that? Nice. Now, if this was a pre-recorded video and not a live video, they'd be like, Fernando would be in here like shooting some B-roll. There'd be music, like dum, 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 dum. You're not gonna get any of that. It's a live video. You'll have to just trust me. So there's a clamp on it. We're gonna bring this up. This weighs nothing, so I'm not bothering to put a sandbag on here. So the sandbag police are not gonna be happy. Okay. Okay, so purposefully, if you're gonna try, now we're gonna assume this is gonna work because we have to go into this thinking it's gonna work,
We have to
right?
manifest it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're manifesting this is gonna work. What I did here was I put this on loosely. We can see that. I want it to not be perfect. If I just glued it down perfectly flat with a glue stick, it would just be a shiny purple reflector. This is a background. It's worth more money, and you'll see it on my new website, danielsbackgrounds.com. Check it out. Coming next year. Maybe. What year is it? Yeah, next year. Oh, you know what? This background, by the way, God, it's so versatile. Let's say, for instance, you know, this is a vertical shot for the young people. No, the old people like me who want to be on magazines. Young people think Instagram is a magazine.
Well, Instagram stories are vertical.
Yeah, see? Oh, right. I know, they are. But if you want to be on Facebook, like the young people.
Young people, so you are on Facebook?
Well, my mom's on Facebook. I say my mom's not young? All right. All right, so. It is funny that I've reached an age that now old people are on Facebook because it was young people at first. All right. All right, so, oh, that's kind of interesting. This is not huge. So one trick we can do here is to zoom the lens a bit and then back up. Because that will effectively compress the background to the camera. I know it's not actually compression for people that are writing that now in the comments, but that's how we call it in photo world. And what's cool about this is, and I was originally going to use a ring flash for this. This is what I probably would use if I was not too lazy to set one up. We're going to get a cool reflection on the background of the light source. Hopefully it's going to hit it in a nice way and it's going to be awesome. And you guys are going to be like, wow, Daniel, that's awesome. I want to do that. And if not, then, you know, I'm going to turn this off for a second. And I'm going to put on the modeling light. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're going to give it a shot. The top of her head's a little cropped off, as you know what would be. Oh, interesting. Okay. Even more interesting than I thought it would be.
Whoa.
Go closer to the background. Yeah. Aha, right up to it. Cool, cool, yeah. No, don't touch it though.
More texture.
All right, good. Now, of course, she's moved closer to the background, so now my light is completely in the wrong spot. So I'm just gonna raise it a little bit. Now, what's gonna happen here is the light is where the light's not hitting, basically the shadow. Because remember, the light reflects back pretty predictably. Look straight at me now. Yeah. You like suddenly got taller. Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. And what we should get here is, oh yeah, that's what I thought. We're getting kickback on our hair from the light. That's interesting. But what we really want to do here is come a little forward instead. Good, good, good. You know, for all those people that are watching this now that are thinking when I said I've never done this before, they were like, oh, he's done it. I really have never done this. So we're trying something. Because what better time to try something than when you're streaming. Okay, I'm setting up another light to reflect off the background. Oh yeah, this is super interesting. Oh guys, we're onto something here. Get ready. This is one of those moments in life. It's that one moment in time. Am I doing that's Kelly Clarkson?
I blinked.
She blinked. Oh, she blinked. That will forever be immortalized. Come forward to me a little bit. More. More. Okay, perfect.
Is the light stuck?
Yeah, we're going to drop this light back down. All right, guys, what we're doing here is regretting that we used a beauty dish. All right, this is good. This is that moment that if Seth were here, he would be like, explain what you're doing. So let me take a moment. All right, good. This is exactly what I was thinking, right?
I look like a lounge singer.
Exactly. So we're getting a couple of cool effects here. One is that the background itself is getting these weird, so there's a wrinkle in it. That's what I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit, which is this line right here. But we're getting this kind of gritty texture to the background. It doesn't look metallic because in order for it to look metallic, we need to see more of it with a wider shot. But what's happening is we're getting bounced. So it's like the secondary light is coming back and giving her light from the back, which is very, very cool. All right, that's an interesting background. I'd like maybe to get more light on it. So what we can do if we want to get the background to have more light on it is we have to think about a couple of things here. Can you see? Let's see. What's the best way to do this? The best way to do this is like this. Okay. The lights are off. If I go like this, so we can basically see where everything is. Now what we want to do is think about how this light is going to reflect back into the camera. Now, obviously it's not giving us the exact exposure that it really is, but I just want to look at where the light is. And we can see that the light itself is really just hitting here, right? And of course it's terribly underexposed for where it was. And then nothing's really coming out over here, and that's because of the angle. Now I have a grid on it. I'm going to take this grid off, and I'm going to actually take this light and bring it up and over. This is all about controlling angles. All right, I think that's good. Now I'm wasting a lot of light in the back, but that's okay. Wasting light is the name of my biography that Marissa's writing. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple things here because now we're getting serious. I'm turning off TTL. That light is the B light. I'm just going to fire that one light. Right, that's B light. Right? Yeah, okay. I just want to see where we're at power-wise. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's a cool flare. All right, that's what we're getting with just the B light. And I kind of like that, right? But we know that our front light's going to affect it because of how close she is to the background. Do I love that bokeh? You know what, there's a weird wrinkle here that I think we're going to have no matter what, but I'm going to put the light on the other side just to see if it, oh no, I can see it there. That's what happens when you don't inspect your paper.
I could be like, oh.
She could be like that. All right, I'll move the light to the other side just to see what happens, see if we get a better. All right, so here we go. Same power. Good. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Interesting. Oh, I love this flare up here. Okay, cool. It's not powerful enough for me, right? Now I could also change the angle. the angle of the light is going to make a big difference as to where it's reflecting. So first thing I'm going to do is change the angle. It's probably hard for you to see. Let's do this. Yeah, you can still see me in the bottom, right? Okay, good. So I'm going to actually move the light away from the background and point it a little bit more towards the background. Now it is up in the air, so the light is going to go like this. And I can actually, what's cool about it is it's so purpley, I can see the shadow on her, so I know where it's falling. So now, that's cool. We know the exposure is going to be wrong now because I'm in manual, so I'm going to come in and bring the exposure for the B light up. And we're going to, okay, let's try that. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we need light that makes sense to this scene, right? We're creating an interesting background. We're creating this texture. Oh, thank you. Yes, there are 240 people. Welcome, by the way, 240 people. You need some Gavin Hoey smoke? Well, you have to use the...
No, we can open the window.
Yeah, right. Sadly, that's accurate. All right. No smoke for me. Daniel has asthma. It does not work well for me.
Thank you, Cal.
But sometimes I do use the smoke just to, keep things fresh. Baby powder. There is a video where Marissa kills me with baby powder. So if you'd like to see that,
I was just trying to be
check it
Gavin
out.
Hoey.
Yeah, that was Marissa trying to be Gavin Hoey. So that's why we don't try to be Gavin Hoey.
Gavin, you could be Gavin.
Yes. We do not try to be Gavin Hoey around here anymore ever since that incident. We call that the Gavin incident, actually. All right, so I've taken the light and I put it off to the side. I just want to have it skim past her. We're just going to get a basic exposure here. I have the B light turned off. I'm going to go back to TTL. I'm going to do this. I think Marissa's wearing high heels or something today.
I am.
She is. Oh, yeah, I should show that picture just because you're wearing high heels, but I won't because I'm nice.
Okay, wait, give me a second.
If you want that picture, follow me on Instagram. Okay. Not this one, the bad one. Okay, there you go. So nice light on her. Interesting background here. Now you can see we are going to get some light in the background. It's not perfect, but we're still going to make it work. Now we come in, we switch everything over to manual, turn the B light back on. We turn off that Malin light because we don't want to waste batteries here. And let's see what happens. I am showing everything. Yep, I am good. Oh yeah, look at that. Spicy.
Oh, that looks like a glamorous 80s.
Yes, I'm going back to my youth when I was. Now you know what we need here? I hate to say it.
Wow.
We need more shallow depth of field.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, we're gonna vote.
Oh yeah, we're going to go to F4. It's now if we're going to F4, we're going to need to. Can we do this? Yes. All right, we're going to go into high-speed sync. High-speed sync can be a little bit tricky. Let me just see what happens, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Okay, one more. Nope. Yeah, like I said, high-speed sync can be tricky to get it exactly right. So basically, we're kind of finessing it. Yeah, I don't actually like the shallow. I thought I'd like the shallow to feel better, but I don't know. Do you guys like the shallow? So basically what I ended up doing there was, even though I closed my lens down one stop, I only had to increase my shutter speed by, what is that, like a quarter of a stop to get the right exposure. That's why high-speed sync can be a little bit tricky, because you got to finesse it. It's never exactly perfect in my experience. Somebody's going to tell me that it is when they do it, but it's never been for me, so. And there we go. You've seen high-speed sync, no extra charge. So now we have a more blurry background. So for everybody, so next time when we're doing a video like this, and somebody asks the question, because inevitably, somebody will ask the question, why would you use high-speed sync in the studio? This is the reason why. I want to keep that black frame, so I needed to diminish the light in the space, but I wanted to open up my aperture. So that's why I did it. And then we got basically this kind of groovy background with some sparkles going back on her. Cool. And the other cool thing about this is, I like this background actually. Blind you all. The other cool thing is, did I not show it that whole time? I did, right? Yeah, I did, okay. The other cool thing is, the back of this paper is silver. So if you like the sparkliness of it, although it wasn't that sparkly, but you do not like purple, in this case, we can switch it up with silver. Let's see what happens there.
Whoa.
Now in theory, this is going to be kind of almost like black and white because it's going to, you know, be white where it's overexposed and black where the shadows are. So it could be really interesting. And I think for this one, we're going to go back to our idea of having you go right up to the background. Yeah, we'll try to do like a reflection. Let's see.
So black and white?
Well, it's not going to be black and white, but I'm saying the light hitting it is not going to be colorful, right? So, yeah, I probably confused people by saying black and white. Not black and white like color scheme, but okay. So I see a reflection here, and what we'll do is we're going to turn this light off, or get rid of it. And we're going to come in here with this light, and we're going to light her up kind of at an angle. Like this. Yeah. Let's just see what happens if we do this. Uh-oh, it's happening, Marissa.
What is happening? You're taking it off? Shaking hands.
That's right. Every once in a while, you got to take it off the tripod. Okay, I'm going back to TTL. I'm going out of high-speed sync. Well, it's weird to hold the camera in my hand. Now, I did not turn the other light off.
Oh, so you want to get a reflection.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Let me just turn that other light off. I don't think it did anything, but let's see. Maybe it did everything. Oh, interesting. It's very ripply water. Ooh. Oh, you know what we got to do. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, we got to do something. We got to do something here. We got to make it like a reflection where you're looking down at it, right? Yeah, so we're going to have to take it down. Maybe, I don't know if it's not solid enough maybe for you to hold, but we can try. I'm thinking that if you hold it like this.
It'll look even more watery because we'll have a little...
Exactly, and we'll put it kind of close up and lean into it like this, like a chicken. Look up at me. Yeah. Let's see what that does. I'm not sure, guys, but we're going to find out. Because I need to be able to see it's going to be flatter, actually. There it is, yeah. I'll bring it up a little closer to your face. Like really close, yeah. And then tip it towards me. Yeah, like that, good. All right, here we go. We're just going to do it. This is not going to be perfectly composed. I just want to see if the idea works. This is what we call proof of concept. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was trying to do. Oh, you can't see it. Now we can. There we go. All right, so we got a couple things we want to work on here. Although weirdly, I kind of like how you can still get this weird purple in the front, which is actually because you can see underneath the stuff. It's dark, right? Because we have a grid. Oh my God, you know what we're going to do.
What?
All right, guys, we're building a scene. Okay, here we go. This is it. We're fully going out of the box here. You can hold that, right?
Yeah.
Marissa can hold it because she's good. I'm going to come over here. Can you see me? Let's turn lights on so we can see what's going on. We got a plan. This is a plan. I'm going to walk around in a circle for a second. You know, every time I come here, I set up this camera as well, which we almost never use. So there we go, we get to use it. All right, I'm gonna take this stand, this Savage C stand, and I'm gonna put it here, I think. Okay. I'm gonna take this purple, like this. All right, if you know what I'm doing, write it in the chat right now for a free donut. If you come to New York.
If you come to New York,
and come see me, you'll get a donut. Actually, have you ever been to Donut on, what was that, on 23rd Street? No. Where they have the giant donuts? Oh my goodness. Yes, it's very good. All right. We need the grid. All right, I'm gonna turn off the overhead lights so we can get a plan here. Boop. You guys see that? Oh, you can see it all right. I think they can see what's gonna happen here. Now, we have our light here. What we need to do is adjust this to get the reflection in the place that we want it, which is behind her, basically. That looks pretty good, I think. All right. This can be a little tricky because we're gonna have to figure out our exposures now. We love the exposure on her face in that first shot, and assuming Marissa hasn't moved, which, you know, we know Marissa would never have moved, we should be able to do this. So the first thing we're gonna do, we'll switch back here so you guys can see it in action, so you know I'm not making it up, is we're just gonna keep her there the way she is. I'm gonna turn off the front light. I'm gonna turn on the back light. I'm just gonna leave it in TTL. I'm probably not gonna like this first exposure, but I just want to get an idea for the framing and stuff too. Okay, here's where being too out of focus doesn't work. See how it's just a big blur? So we're gonna need to close back down again. So we're gonna come in here and I'm gonna take my light and I'm gonna close down to F8. And again, in TTL, we're gonna take another shot. Let's see if we can get any texture in the background. Might not be able to. Okay, ooh, I might have expanded, well, no, it's not expanded all the way. Okay, I'm gonna switch to manual because the light is close to maxed out, which is where I'm gonna put it. I probably could have walked over there, but I suppose. Again, I'm not worried too much about exposure or anything right now. I mean framing. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We have a little bit of texture. I'd like to have more texture in the background, but I think we're not gonna get it with what we got, our situation. Part of it is the angle, because when you're standing straight onto it and the amount of Marissa that's in the shot, we kind of go a little wider, coming closer. Let's try that. Okay. Okay, interesting. So I think we're close. Let's get this lined up now. I'm gonna take this duveteen that's sitting on the back wall and take it out of the shot because we don't need that there. I'm gonna take my camera and I'm gonna frame it up better. We need Marissa to, oh, I'm gonna turn both lights on. Oh, I closed down to F8, so I need to turn my light in the front. I need to bring it up 2 stops. Okay. Come a little taller on this. Come a little closer. Bring this up a little more. Like right there. Good. A little lower. Right there. Here we go. Okay, hold. If all our exposures are good, then I'm gonna, okay, oh, I still got that wall on the shot. Okay. Well, you can't really see through. All right. Let me adjust here. All right, I see it now. May have to, this is a problem with the small space. What I probably should do is readjust this whole set. Oops, sorry. Hold, hold, hold. That's out of focus clearly. All right, I'm gonna back up and zoom in because that wall is really giving me a hard time. This is the only part of this studio that's tough. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the modeling light in the front. Okay, raise it up a little bit. There we go, right there, till down, right there. Here we go. Eyes, good. All right. There we go. The thing we just have to work on it a little bit, like as far as your, also I feel like you're in a different spot. Come closer to this front light. There you go, that's where you were before. That's good, yep. Okay, you can lower it a little bit. A little right there, a little more. Zooming in. You know it'd be great back here. Some seamless paper. Since this is called no seamless paper. Oh yeah, here we go. That's good. Exposure in the front just a little bit too hot. So I'm gonna come in, take this down, a stop. Good. There it is. Oh yeah. I feel like we could do something else. Now it's perfect except, let's see what people say. Hey Mike. Yeah. Sometimes just you're horrible at bringing the stops. It's basically just one up, one down. Yeah, unfortunately, it's funny, the background looks really good to the eye, but not as much to this. I think part of it is because I'm using a grid and not like an actual hard light to do it. I probably could, if we get this, if we have time, which we probably will, let's get one great one here, and then I'll try using the data light, so we might actually get a better background pattern. All right, so here we go. I think I want to take this and do it this way, so I might need to help you with it. No, don't fold it, like so it's longer.
Oh.
Like this.
Oh.
Hold that part. There we go. Okay, you're good where you are. This is where it'd be good to have Seth raise it up. Up, 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 right there, stop. Good, good, good. Trusting autofocus. It's just a little crooked. All right, we'll do it again. Good. I legit can't see through the camera, so it's a little tricky. I think we're better off the other way. We had it better the first way. Do not mess with perfection. There we go. That's good. That's good. Let me just try something. Yeah. All right, one more shot. We got this. Raise it up a tiny bit. Right there, stop. All right, this is the one. This is the cover. This is for the thumbnail for the next time we do this. There we go. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I still don't. Oh, that background is killing me. One more shot with the background's not terrible. This whole thing's about backgrounds. So we got to get a good background. There we go. That's decent. It just looks purple though. Let's try if we can use, I'm going to try the data light. Stand by for a second, guys. Let me know in the chat. Whatever you want to let me know. Part of it comes down to what's behind her. It's really kind of tricky to see. If you were closer to it, you know what? Go closer to the background. Let's try to overcome this without bringing in extra gear. I find that like just using more gear sometimes can solve the problem, but sometimes we don't really want to solve the problem. So the issue is the background's really out of focus. And remember that depth of field, oops, I've never done that in a million years. Depth of field, at least in some level, is based on subject distance to the background, right? The closer you are to the background, the more in focus the background is going to be, just by the nature of it. So if we move her closer to the background, but we need to get you out of the purple light, so, nope, that's good, that put you in the purple light. There we go, stop. So that's as close as she can get to the background without being in the purple light. So let's just see if this makes a difference. Again, the front light's not going to do anything right now. So I'm just going to turn it off. And we're just going to see if we can get more texture in the background. It's out of focus, but not really. Not really. It's purple. It is what it is. I'm not going to kill myself with it. Let's instead try the data light. Because sometimes just a specialized piece of equipment is what we need. So give me 1 second. And I set it up. You know, once you set up something, you might as well use it. That's how we come forward, come back into this light, please. All right, you are good. I'm gonna turn this one off. I'm gonna take the dado, which is right here. Okay, I don't know what you guys are looking at. You're looking at the studio, good. So the only downside to using this is that because it's a hot light, I'm gonna have to drag the shutter because there's no way this is gonna show up. Oh, and I have to plug it in. Let me get an extension cord, make this work really quickly. Of course, when you have to plug something in, you know, in the middle of the live stream, it better be good, right? So at this point, everybody's going, well, you know, Daniel, you're taking time to plug this thing in. This better work. A lot of pressure on me right now, but that's okay. I live for it. I live for the pressure.
Come on, Sam. Chop, chop.
Marissa's like, hurry up. Marissa actually gets paid by the photo, so she wants as many pictures as possible. Hurry up, shoot more pictures. All right. Okay, so this is a dado light LED. It's basically a hot light. And what's nice about this is it's focusable, right? So because it's focusable and because it has a spherical lens, we hopefully will be able to get more texture in that background. So let's do this. Let's look through the camera. Okay, of course right now you're not gonna see anything. I'm gonna turn the flash off, and by doing that, we'll see the actual exposure. So I'm gonna have to dial down my shutter speed real slow, but again, it should be fine. First thing I need to do is point this at the proper place. There we go. Hopefully the focusing ability of it will allow us to get a cleaner. I don't think so though. It doesn't look any sharper to me right this second. It's a good effect for video. Unfortunately, we're not shooting video. And they can't see anything. You're literally looking at a black frame. Seth will kill me right now. There we go. Okay. I can see, I'm looking right at it, right? I can see that it's just not going to give us texture. So even with this, it's just not going to give us what we want. It's a little bit more texture actually. You know what? Let's do it. Might as well do it. Couple things we got to do here. Number one, we got to make sure that none of this front light is going to get on the background because we need it to stay dark. You're good, you don't need to be in the center right now. The edge is fine. All right, so let's just do a couple things here. So just to catch you up, just in case you're confused, because I just did stuff without explaining what it was, I set up the dado light because it's got a focusable lens. I think that might give us a better, crispier background. We'll see right now. I've dialed my shutter speed down to ½ a second because I needed that to get the proper exposure. Up front, I'm using the flash still in the beauty dish, which did not fire for an unknown reason. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, it might be the battery or something. Oh, I switched the channel by mistake. It's A, right? Yep.
It's A.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Too many lights being turned on and off has confused my gentle soul. All right. I'm going to focus. We're just going to get in place, and she's going to hold that. Holding, holding, holding. Good. All right. Yeah, I actually think I do like that better. It's a little softer, but for whatever reason, because you see we have this little edge blur. So I think that actually makes the fact the background is soft kind of look cooler. So that's F8, guys, but that's because we've got some movement of Marissa basically going on there. That's really interesting. I actually like that.
Ooh la la.
So it was worth it. It was worth it for that moment. But we can also do one more really fun thing with the data light, which I will do right now. And that is we can throw a pattern, but it won't be colorful though. You know what? I think we're happy. Let's get one more shot like this. Let's bring everything into frame.
With the water thing?
Yep, let's get the water going.
Cabinet channel.
Yeah.
My inner mermaid.
Exactly. Bring it up. Bring the water up a little bit. A little more. Good right there. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, there we go. That's good, but I feel like we're not getting as much light on the water now for some reason. Oh. Just put this one more time. Let me just look at, I'm just going to look with the modeling light. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, I think we've lost the water now.
Where?
We had it so good before.
Oh, you know what? I think should I do it backwards? I think the light is.
I don't know. Try that. There we go. They're definitely better in the.
Oh wait.
No, that's good. The water is good. I'll move the light. So stay like that. Although I kind of like how it's reflecting off the water. You're good. Okay. I'm just moving the light, guys. Get it where we want it. Bring it up a little bit. Here we go. All right, here we go. There it is. Okay. It's come together. I want to do one more. I'm going to say hold. Try not to move at all, Marissa, until I say stop. I say it's okay. All right, so tilt the water a little bit. Nope, other way. Nope, nope, nope. I mean like this. Go like this. This side. Bend it. There you go. Nope, lower. Go back to where it was. Down. Flatten it. Right there. Perfect. Now chin the way you want it. Good. Eyes towards me a little bit, just like out here. And then bring your chin up a little bit. Right there. Okay, hold, 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 hold. Okay. There you go. Love it. So interesting. It's cool, right? The light on you is beautiful. We have this weird water. I mean, it's interesting, right? We have some texture in the background. Overall, kind of cool, right? And a couple dollars at the dollar store. Exactly. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right. Cool.
It'd be interesting on film. You could almost like film a scene of someone swimming in water.
Well, right. The panel is definitely acting as a reflector, but that's kind of cool, right? Because if you were on the water or near the water, that's exactly what it would do. So it does have kind of a watery feel. We weren't really going for like a special effect shot here, but we kind of got it a little bit here, right? You've got this like ripply reflectiveness going on, and you could do a lot of different things. You can even see that we can see back here, there's reflection of purple in it, right? So it ties the whole thing together. So whatever color you put back here could very easily be brought into the whole scene. You know, you could spend time tweaking this exactly perfect. The right way to do this is to put it on a stand to, you know, get everything in place and then shoot like 30 or 40 frames where she can just, you know, express differently. We're just having her hold it. That's not what you want to do. You want to get everything set up so it's flawless. That's the whole reason why we use tripods. We're just doing a quick demo here. I probably even have her sit down so that everything's exactly always in the same spot. But otherwise, pretty cool little technique. All right. Oh, right, yeah, definitely. The original data light shot. Excellent. Can't see no more. Yes, because I switched off, because I'm about to tell you, make sure that you check out Adorama events. That's the new YouTube channel. I put it at the top. Subscribe here if you haven't already. Marissa.Roper. Not Marissa Roper. Marissa Roper is a nice person, but Marissa.Roper over here. I'm Daniel Norton Photographer, or Daniel Norton on Instagram if you want to jump over there. We'll be back in 2 weeks with some fun stuff. So I need like a good close. What's a good closer?
This.
No, like something to say. Well, imagine I said something really clever right now, and I'm gonna now put a graphic over. So just pretend like we stopped.
We're so clever.
Yes.
Look, it's like you disappear. Like you put your head in here.
There it is. It is like you disappear.